We've had a 2 days conference dealing with the Middle Eastern issues that was very interesting, and in which we had a lot of interesting and original elements. So obviously it would be hard to summarize all what has been said, but I would say that if I had to say it in short, well, what we can see and what we can understand is that there is a general optimism with what is going on in the Middle East as a whole, even though some persons try to believe that anyway pragmatism must be the rule and that we shouldn't be too quick into trying to anticipate the democratic processes that have appeared in the region. But anyway, I think that there was very few voices that did really express any pessimism towards what is happening in the Middle East. And so that's why I think that anyway, what is sure is that there will be a follow-up of all these events, that all the elements and all the arguments that we've had during these 2 days were very important because they gave us a kind of path through which we could try to interpret the way things are going to evolve. And that's why I also think personally that anyway what has happened during these three last months is very positive and shows us that nothing is going to be the same in the Middle East. And even though we have some complications that we can see in some cases which occur, for example, in Yemen or in Syria, well, we can be sure that a point of no return has anyway been crossed, and that we know that in the coming years we will have some very exciting and very interesting and rich developments that will really come with a kind of revolution to the approach we had till now when we dealt with the Middle East.
I think the expected role of the Muslim Brotherhood in reshaping the future of Egypt determined by 2 or 3 factors. First one is relating to the Muslim Brotherhood may be more a part of Egypt past than an influential part of its futures. Second is the political representations of the Muslim Brotherhood will be swing between 35% and 30% of the next elections, but in the election of 2016 the representations of the Muslim Brotherhood will be swing between 20% and 15%. Surely neither the Muslim Brotherhood nor the army have a definitive plan or plans or roadmap to ruling Egypt in the post-Mubarak Egypt. Is to what extent the joint interest between the army and the Muslim Brotherhood will last. The army will try to find credible political figure for presidency positions. Much speculations to date has centered and Mr. Amr Musa, who you can consider him as extension to Mr. Mubarak regime. Second is the army will try to keep the new structural change resulted from the revolutions.
So amongst the very interesting and exciting elements that we had during this 2 days conference, I would say that there were some new ideas that occurred, and I would say that if I had to speak or to talk only about one of these ideas, it is related to the way through which we've had some European official representatives or some official representatives of the European Union that said clearly that they acknowledge to the fact that a lot of errors have been done with their own dealing with the Middle East, and that is the reason why things must change. And I would add to this that, for example, when we looked at the global Spanish stance toward the Middle East, most of the Spanish official political representatives did agree on the fact that the European Union should be stronger with dealing with the Middle Eastern issues. They also didn't stick to only general elements, but they came with concrete and very precise suggestions by saying that, for example, promoting a development in the regions, in this region is important, but it should also be combined with other elements, including a strengthening of the civil society. And I think that this is really a very important element, because what occurred till now is that we had seen the European Union as a whole, as well as some European governments, insisting insisting on componing with the governments, but without taking into consideration the general trends and the public opinions. And things seem to change now. So I think that these new ideas are very positive. They could occur of something very positive in the future. But as always, I would also say that it's also time for action now, because talking about these same perspectives is one thing, but putting them into application is another challenge.